2, 1, action. Sheet metal bending 101. So we're going to go over the hemming tool, and we're going to talk about the box and pan brake a little bit, how to fold this thing up from a one-dimensional flat object into a three-dimensional pan. This tool, highly specialized, it's a hemming tool. All it does is fold edges of material over. But it does it so awesome that we wanted to keep it around, okay? So that's a hemmed edge, that's all it does. And it protects that edge. We're going to put our half-inch hems on all four sides first. That's what we're going to start with. And I'm just going to lower this out a little bit. We don't need quite that much. There we go. Yours is probably going to be a little screwed up, Ethan, but you'll sacrifice that for the class, right?
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely screwed up. Oh well. It should be set right now. It was set a little deep. So we've hemmed these two edges. Let's come over to the box and pan brake, and we'll see that we can do the same thing. So let's say that you have a home shop and you want to do something like this. A box and pan brake is much more versatile. It can do hemming, and how this thing works is just like a giant set of two clamps that clamp together, and then one of them has a movable jaw and it'll move up and down and bend. And that's this thing right here, moving up and down and bending. How to operate this, there's a releasing lever on either side. Oh, those are kind of tight. One over here, the other one over here. So we can put stuff inside here and then clamp back down on it. For doing sheet metal work, you really only need to raise and lower one side. And Ethan, you want to come over here and just jump on my right side here. So we're going to hem this edge first. He's got a fairly decent mark that we can see there. We're going to put this edge in to the edge of the teeth and clamp down on this. We want to make sure that this is 90 degrees, and I'll use the expression, the eye never lies. You can check this with a framing square, but a lot of times you can look at this vertically and say, yeah, I can tell that that thing is perpendicular to the edge of the teeth. So I've got that clamped in place. I'm going to use this right here, or there's a handle down on each side on the bottom, and I'm going to lift up. And because it's a hemmed edge, I'm going to fold it all the way as far as I can. I'm going to bring it down, open it back up, and then I'm actually going to use the machine to smush that down the rest of the way. Most people have this tendency, they're like, okay, I want to finish it off. And they go get a hammer and they just hammer this down. Don't do that. The rounded edge is nice. It's soft. It's not going to cut you. If you hammer this edge down, it's basically puts it back to a sharpened edge. So leave it like this. Open it up. We're going to just smush it down a little bit more. That's not quite far enough right there. Like that. Okay. There, it pulled down tight on the bottom. So that's our third hemmed edge. And then we'll hem our fourth side. Okay, you do it. You got to be able to take some credit for this thing.
Push this down.
I locked, yeah, that would go up. I locked it in place, so yep. That's the counterweight, actually, and that's what Thomas grabbed onto, and he bent it. We bent it back, though. It's fine. All right, you got to put the releasing lever up. Lift that up. It's kind of tight. There you go. And slip your pan out of there. You'll have to go up a little higher with the releasing lever. Nope. There you go. And now raise it up higher. And were you paying attention or just shooting video? There you go. Now you put this underneath here. Now bring that lever back down. The releasing lever. Yep. Bring that back down. Oh, you missed. Try again. There's a flat underneath there that you can kind of catch. Yep, right there. Go a little more. Okay, well, not too much. Don't smash. Okay. Open it up. What do we got?
We got a hemmed edge.
Decent, decent. Okay, I'll take over. You can. Now, here's the most critical part when it comes to pans. Things have to be done in order. Yesterday we had mentioned we want to bend a certain side, one side before we bend the other. Looking at this and knowing where the tabs are, which side do you think has to be bent first in order to put this thing together? The 6-inch sides, that's correct. The side with the tabs sticking out. We have to bend those first, because then we can bring the other sides up to meet them, okay? If we bend the sides with the tabs on it first, there's no good way to go bend them after the fact. So I'm going to bend the sides with the tabs sticking up, or in this case, the 6-inch sides first. Just go into our mark. Make sure we're squared up at 90 degrees. Looks pretty good right there. I always clamp it a little bit short of the line, if you can highlight that in the video. Maybe that's a little over, but just a little bit short. And then I'm going to go up. Now this time I'm only going to 90 degrees with this face because I want it to be a 90 degree edge. So I'm going to go just a little bit past. Look down here. This is a good angle down here. No, too close, too close. Yeah, so I'm going a little bit past because then it'll stick there. Notice how it didn't. I got to go a little bit past. Boom, 90. Release it. Flip it over. Oh, what's this? Quality control. That's me screwing up and making your hand edge too big. God. I'm going to have to give you the free pass on this one. Here we go. And up. 90. Okay. Release. And now our last step in this is we've got to bend these two sides up. And this is where the box and pan brake gets kind of cool. You can take teeth, segmented teeth, out of here and make spaces or openings that are the right size that you need to fit in this. And I'll take a look at the other side. That's my 6-inch side. Too big, so we'll do it over here. No. So we need to just line this up on here and find a couple teeth that work. I've got 2 here in combination that'll work well. So I'm going to loosen this. These are tight. And loosen this one. The teeth actually slide out of there. Okay. And now all I have to do is bring this down to my line, clamp it in place. I don't know if this is going to bend that well. That 3/4 inch tooth. Can you lock that side down? Pull it down tight. Yeah, down. There you go. We know this side will work though. So I'm going to clamp that in, and then I'm going to bend this side up to 90. Now here's one other thing. I have to make a decision. Are my tabs going in or out here? I've got to kind of help them out. So I can push my tabs in like this by hand. Make sure that the tabs are to the inside. And then bend this up to 90. Nice. How did I do on heights? Pretty good on heights, not bad. Notice my tabs are to the inside. Now the other side here is going to be the messed up side. I'll sign my name on that one.
All right.
I don't like to produce poor quality work. I just didn't have control of it from the start. Oh, tabs are in the way. Let's go inside. The tabs, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a problem. There we go. Okay, so that is forming our pan. The last thing we have to do is fasten those corners. That'll be a separate video. We're going to use pop rivets to lock these tabs in place. But that is basically forming of our pan, okay? We do have an additional box and pan over here. The teeth are the same thing, segmented. They get put in with the wrench, locked in place, so if you need more or less. Basically, these tools do the same thing. Let me just show you this quick, though, for safety's sake. Again, the only things you should be concerned with is you should be the only one operating this equipment. So if you are bending up a piece of metal, you should be operating these handles to lift this up, or this one to lock the teeth down in place, okay? You want to swing over here? I'll just show it, put these back in. But these teeth are just a little bit different in how they go in place, but these tabs hold them like this. And you just take a wrench and tighten these down so they can't move. And the idea behind a box and pan brake and these segmented teeth is you can make all kinds of combinations that have certain openings to bend up a side or something that would fit a certain size. Any questions about these? When you are finished, it is complimentary or courteous to put teeth back in place. In this case, because everybody's going to have a similar pan size, if you want to leave a couple like this or combinations like this out for other people, that's fine, okay, for now. Okay, scene.